Hello, welcome back to Home. I'm all right. Today has been a day where I have wanted and tried to control every single thing, and what that has turned out to look like has been just chaos. And it serves me right. I mean, what do we say in AA? Turn it over. The third step prayer is literally about how I need to get out of my way in order for God to have his way or HP to have his way. And you can freaking apply that to everything. And, it started with me not counting, not doing the 5-second rule, the counting down. I had talked about this. This is a Mel Robbins tip. And in her book, The 5-Second Rule, she talks about when your alarm goes off, you click and then you count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you throw yourself out of bed. Or I've been changing positions to meditate, but right away. And so today was one of the first days that I didn't. I was really tired. So alarm goes off at 7, and I was like, okay, I guess I can do this. And I check on Z, and Z's still sleeping. So I was like, I'm just gonna 30 more minutes. We all know where I'm going with this. So I thought I had set my alarm to go off again at 7:30 a.m. Well, it's going to go off, or it went off at 7:30 p.m. But I ended up falling back asleep and waking up at 8:20. So now I already feel like a failure. I already feel like I am so behind. And you guys, I really had nothing to do. That's what I was feeling. And well, actually, I had some stuff to do. We were still staying in the Burlingame, and we're coming back to Carmel Valley after Zena's morning nap. But now that it's 8:20, I'm not going to put her down. By the time I got her, it was probably like 8:40, because I did, I didn't meditate. Maybe that's why I'm so freaking off this today. Did not meditate, did not say my daily prayers. Said the daily prayers as I'm, running here and there, and meditated, quote unquote, just listen to the guided meditation out loud as I'm not in any sort of meditative state. So again, that's when I'm just trying to do the checklist. That's when the checklist starts coming in, which is not when I'm actually connected, and it's not serving. It's not serving me. So it's not even me being a service of self. And so, get her up, and then we, just do the morning thing. And it was so quiet that she kept on, looking around for the dogs and for Jima and Capo and Daddy, because we just had like a full house the entire weekend. And so she was thrown off by that. And so then I ended up rescheduling my therapy that was supposed to be at 10, because I was not going to be able to get her back to any sort of bed state or crib state until at least 10:30. And so then got her in bed, and then I went into just like pack mode. I've told you all this before. I am an overpacker, and it feels fine when I'm heading towards the destination. But then realizing, wow, April, what were you thinking? Needing to repack to come back home is insane. And I do this every time, and I haven't learned, and I don't think I'll ever learn, or because I probably don't want to learn. But then, I talk myself into taking a shower. Just in case I see any of you walking around the street, and we meet for the first time, and I don't want to smell your armpits. So forced myself into the shower. That felt great. So thank you, self, thank you, armpits, for convincing me to shower. So did that, and then just just started running around like a crazy person, from unpacking to repacking Zenna. And what I do with her is I just take her hamper and pack everything in it. And then so when I'm repacking, I put all the dirty stuff at the bottom and usually separate it with like a grocery bag. And then put all the stuff we didn't wear and clean stuff on the top. So I did that, and then it was my turn. And so my parents are also moving out of our childhood home, and I'm sure that will be another episode. But I had some stuff that I needed to take with me. So we have the crystal platters and the china, salt and pepper shaker, and a bunch of stuff for my bachelorette party, and just a bunch of stuff. So my art supplies, which I'm really excited about. I used to oil paint, and I haven't done it in freaking ages, and wanted to get back into it when I was like going through my addiction thing. But of course, what that looked like was me getting wasted and then painting a black just canvas, mixing all the colors together and just angrily painting, and then waking up being like, oh, I'm not going to get famous that way. I know Picasso. Oh, maybe accidentally cutting off my ear, but besides that, so excited to actually, mindfully pick that up again. And then, just packing my overpack bag and shoes, and, so do that. And then my tip, and what I couldn't imagine doing, or I can, because I tried it before, but I don't get Senna out of the crib until the car is completely packed. Because I have done that in the past where I've, it's time for her to get up. She's awake. And so I get her out. But then, dude, you're trying to carry things with the kid in your hand, or you put her on the ground, in her safe chair or whatever. And then she's screaming her head off because she wants to play with you. So I just keep her in her crib, and she's completely content. It's hilarious. So after she, was playing some cards and, just hanging out with her crib, probably, scoring big and blackjack, I loaded the car completely, and then I got her up, and then we ate a little bit, and then my sister swung by and said peace. Mainly, she brought over coffee to save my hiney from having to make one additional pit stop on the way up there, or on the way down to Carmel. So, amen, Shannon, love you. And also, I forgot to throw out the diaper pail, so my sister took that responsibility on. I gave her an emergency call, like, oh no. Luckily, there were no poopy diapers in there, but still, when your parents coming home to a ton of diapers in their pail. So okay, that's that. And this is just getting out of the house. It usually takes 2 to 2.5 hours to get from Burlingame to Carmel Valley, to our casa, which is a little past Carmel Valley Village. It took us 5. Reason being, let me tell you, I was trying to control everything. I had a game plan in mind of where we were going to stop, what we were going to get, and then it was, where we stop in Morgan Hill usually. It was way too cold to eat outside like we usually do. So then we had to go into a deli and then, and order something. And then, she wanted to eat, and she was kind of taking her time eating, which is so cute. And so no complaints. But then, and of course, frozen yogurt, same exit. So it was all good. And then, so that, was about an hour or so. And then started driving again. Where else did we stop? Oh, then I had to go to the bathroom, so I ended up stopping in Target, and then we ended up getting groceries. And by this time, it's like close to 4:30, so it's like, okay, let's just keep the kid up. So then we totally chilled in Target, and I was good. We got groceries, and then we got yeah, some Zenith food stuff, some puffs and all that jazz. Of course, forgot Pedialyte. It's like the best place to buy Pedialyte. It has all these fun flavors. But forgot that. And then I saw these pants that were like workout cargo pants. Y'all remember cargo pants and how the boys would literally like reach into their million pockets and pull out all their fun like pens? Well, I found a pair and it's perfect for travel. That's what I'm thinking of, like to wear in the airport, because you have a pocket for the binky, you have a pocket for the puff, you have a pocket for the little diaper, you have the pocket for the second binky. I mean, these things are decked out in pockets, but they're cute. So I think they're good. Anyways, oh my gosh. Okay, so then you get home. I mean, this night just got ridiculous. So I got home and I tried to be a good wife because we were away all day. So I wanted to cook dinner. And so as I'm cooking dinner, I unpack Zena. And then as I'm cooking dinner, I'm feeding Zena. And Zena decides to drag the paper, the tablecloth over to her. And because, I wasn't feeding her fast enough. Completely makes sense. Don't blame the gal at all. She's just, being resourceful. But then I come back to this. This is basically, she is now covered in peanut butter because she brought the jar over and she's good. The jar didn't break. It landed just on her tray and then spilled all over and did spill on the side. And then also she's trying to get into hummus. So this hummus is particularly not the best to allow a kid to get in because it's beet hummus. So it stains like a mofo. And so she was about to get in that beet hummus on her own. But, and I gave her a bath. So now she's a bathed baby covered in peanut butter, almost covered in beet hummus as well. So, power to the girl. She's just, she did good. She did good. In the sense that, yeah, here we go. Me walking over, peanut butter, you can totally tell where it came from. And this is another reason why I don't know how people do it that don't have dogs, because they cleaned up the entire thing. So literally I just took the chair off, put on the ground, and then I come back down to two very, very content and protein filled nutty dogs. So that's the night. And then I got her upstairs to change her out of the peanut butter clothes. And she's wanting to hold me because she's just uncomfortable now because there was like, now she's so sticky. And then I get her out of there and then she pees. So now she peed on the mat that's on the floor or not the mat, the actual like carpeting, the little rug thing that I have for her, because I had to move the changing mat because it had peanut butter on it. Oh my gosh, is anyone else exhausted? I mean, I feel like this story can just keep going and going and going, and it probably can. Oh my gosh. But hey, everyone was fed. I will have to bathe the girl again in the morning, but she, at least peanut butter smells good. I like it. And she got a ton of protein, so she'll knock herself out. And yeah, but it really the whole day I was trying to just control. And even when I would come up with what I thought was my own solution to a next stop or a running of this errand, or it just was too much. And I will have to come up with Luckily, I stayed in the pocket with my feelings. When I did get overwhelmed, I did my breathing exercises, the 4-7-8. So holding or breathing in for 4, holding breath for 7, and then breathing out for 8. And I also use, you didn't need to see my bra, but that's why I still wear breastfeeding bras, and I'm not sure why, but maybe because they're like the only bras I still have. But hey, they work. But I use my Camuso. And then also I was taught this new exercise called 5-4-3-2-1, and you name, if you're feeling a little overwhelmed, excuse me, whoa, or anxious. So 5 is you point out 5 things you notice. 4 is 4 things you hear. 3 is 3 things you smell. 2 is 2 things you, wait, 3 is 3 things you feel. So like clothes or the driving wheel, or, and then 2 is 2 things you smell, and 1 is 1 thing you taste. So I like that. It totally worked. I did find myself needing a lot of time to do it though. So it wasn't really a 5-4-3-2-1 type like of seconds. It was more like a 5 minutes of me trying to really, so it did get me out of my anxiety, because now I was just a little preoccupied with wanting to ace this 5-4-3-2-1 action. So I actually learned that from the Herself podcast. So I really appreciate it. Big shout out to them. And yeah, so I am going to just spend the rest of the week turning it over, because I have controlled the life out of me today. And I'm ready to yeah, just to breathe into the rest of the week, and get ready for our vacation that, you guys, is next, not this weekend, but next weekend. Like, okay, I'm gonna breathe. I'm gonna go 4-7-8 and 5-4-3-2-1 after I stop this video. But thank you for tuning in. It's so great to be here as always. It's nice and late, but I couldn't go a day without seeing y'all. So yes, this mama is signing off. Alrighty, y'all.